Hello, Leisure Village West. I'm Janice Saylor, wishing you a happy new year. I hope everyone is well and COVID-free. I have a wonderful guest this morning. Well, it's not morning, really, so it's just that I didn't wake up yet. A wonderful guest, Miss Robin London, who is a master of all kind of things. So, Robin, let's talk about what you do aside from being married, mother, all this nonsense. You, as Robin London.
As Robin London. What I do today is I own a tour company in New York, but we can go way back 30 years, 40 years almost, when I was in the theater and entertainment industry. That's a totally different thing because here I've incorporated it into the Players Club, and I'm very happy I did because the last production was wonderful. We worked very hard, the people worked hard, and we have a great year coming up with a whole new board, so I do hope that everybody comes out and joins us.
Oh, I'm sure.
But my personal thing in the theater was I work more as a producer, which is a big deal. Putting things together. The producer puts everything together for a show, and it's a lot. It's getting the funding, it's getting the theater, it's getting the scripts together once you're approached with the script from the writer.
Now, where did you put these shows on?
We put them on off-Broadway. I did a lot afterwards of private things. I worked also with, I can show you some pictures if you're interested afterwards.
Sure.
I worked with the Hard Rock Cafe a lot. Which was so much fun, I have to tell you. I have to show you this. This was fun. This was really a lot of fun. Let me just find these pictures because outside if you're not familiar with the Hard Rock Cafe, it deals with a lot of the rock and roll people. So when they would call me, they would say, we have a client that's interested in putting together a show. Excuse me, but I have to find him.
Just keep talking as you're looking.
Keep talking as I'm looking.
Blah, blah.
So here, this is, I don't know which camera, here. You go. You see, that's Elton John.
Yes.
Okay.
Can everybody see that's Elton John? Okay.
Well, this is a look-alike Elton John.
Well,
but what we would have fun with is the Hard Rock would put the ropes outside so people would start coming to see who's coming in because they always knew at the Hard Rock there were famous people coming. And the limo would drive up and everybody screaming and carrying on, and here I am greeting him, taking him out into the Hard Rock, and then he does his performance. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I also did it with, I did so much stuff.
But that wasn't him.
That wasn't Elton. No, we've got look-alike. Because when the real people are there, in any industry, you don't normally get the real people. You get people that look like them so the real person can come in.
Oh, but Elton John performed.
Elton John performed, not there at the Hard Rock necessarily, but this was a party I put together and these were the requests. We also had Kiss there, I have a picture of Kiss. And then I myself would also do party crashing.
Okay, so
as a professional, explain that. So here I would go. Here, let me explain. I'm sorry, folks.
It's okay.
She's not happy with me.
No,
right
I'm
now.
happy with you. I think it's wonderful. I love all this.
So this is me as a rent-a-yenta, meaning if somebody wanted somebody to come into a party or an anniversary and you were Jewish, you would call me in and give me some information.
Well, show that again, because I could take that part.
You definitely could.
Yes, so rent-a-yenta.
Rent-a-yenta, but you have to find out about the people first, so that when you go in...
Yes.
I would go in sometimes as, you know that movie with Tom Hanks where he was left in the airport?
Yes.
So I would go in as the aunt that was left in the airport in the 1950s, and oh my God, you left me in the airport for so many years. And I would dress like in the 50s and bring my suitcase with all the props. How dare you leave me, but I'm so happy I'm here for your party now. It's wonderful, it's great. What a wonderful time we're going. Or I would do the Italian mama. Hey, you forgot to take the garbage out with the wooden spoon in the garbage. Hey, what's the matter with you? You know, that kind of stuff. And it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. I also had a partner, and he unfortunately passed away. This is Phil, who used to be my son, and this is me as the mama. And then we would go as a wizard and also a charisma, who would tell fortune telling. So it was a lot of fun. We had a good time, and directing the casts and putting the whole production I did for the China Club. I don't have the picture here too. For the China Club in the city, we did a whole Wizard of Oz theme.
Oh.
And it was wonderful putting the cast together again, being the props together, directing everybody where to go and what to do. It was just wonderful times.
Now, where did you live at that time?
I lived on Long Island.
Oh, so-
it wasn't bad. You take the railroad and then you take the subways. I love the subways. It kept me exercise up and down. I knew how many steps in each subway station. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
So now, as you moved into our senior village,
I
you
became
still
a
look
senior.
like you look like a baby. What are you doing now?
So what I'm doing now is I'm relaxing at home. Finished decorating the house.
I don't believe you're relaxing.
No, not really.
Okay.
I still run a company. I own a tour company in New York City.
Okay.
And we do tours in New York. I personally don't do them anymore. I have a crew of tour guides that do them. That is what I started doing after I finished in the, well, you know what, and touring is entertaining because I always say New York City streets are my stage. So I always was able to still entertain, and a good tour guide is an entertainer. You have to be able to not only give the subject, but you have to get the people scooped into you and involved in what you're talking about.
Richard and I did that once, way back. It was quite interesting. They went into all the different neighborhoods. But you're right, the director, the tour director has to really be knowledgeable so you can actually feel where you're going. And we stopped in the Chinatown and we stopped in Little Italy, so we got the flavor of everything.
Right.
So one of the girls even ran off and got a Gucci pocketbook upstairs.
Oh, the fake ones in the back rooms in Chinatown. Yeah, okay.
So everybody has tried all that. So now you have a company that is a touring company,
right?
And you have people that take them around and do these tours,
right?
So what do you do with them? Just sort of manage them? And
I manage everything. I talk to the customers when people call me. We do 99% private tours, so I try to customize the tour to what the people want, and it's a lot of fun. It's good. It's nerve-wracking because you hope that people show up on time and your guides show up on time and everything goes well. It's still a business. It still runs. The entertainment industry, I sold my company. I sold the company when we moved here.
Okay.
So I don't have that anymore, but if somebody wants to still call me to entertain, depending, because I got rid of all my props. I was going to come in here like a bag lady today, which would have been fun, coming in as a bag lady. Maybe I'll do that for one of the
shows from the Players Club.
Yeah, from the
shows.
So
now you're the vice president of the Players Club, so I know that it's going to be a good club. And
I hope so. We have good people.
And so what do you have coming up that you can tell us about?
Well, I know that the first meeting is going to be a lot of fun because we're not doing a typical meeting. I'm not giving it away yet.
No, don't give it away.
I want it to be a surprise. It's not going to be boring. I'm a firm believer of audience participation. So we're going to have audience participation at the first meeting, and I hope our first show is with a lot of audience participation, totally different than what they used to.
Okay.
And
great.
I need people. We need people. We need people to come down. You don't necessarily need to be a performer. Just sit there and enjoy what we offer. There are lots of different parts that you can fill that go along to each club, every club here. I go to every single club that's here. Tonight's the American Italian Club. So I go to all the clubs. I've given lectures at the Jewish American Club already, 2 presentations for them. And
so you're really keeping yourself very busy. And so what do you do during the day? Do you knit in between all this?
No, I shop.
You shop?
I shop.
You shop.
I shop. I love, first of all, supermarkets.
Oh, God. Can't you find something better to shop?
I love supermarkets. I could spend hours in a supermarket. I just love them. For some reason, I just love them.
That must represent something.
Well, that's why I look like this.
Well, we all look like that. I went to Bingo's yesterday.
Oh, I love Bingo's. Bingo's is the best for fruits and vegetables.
And everything.
This isn't an advertisement.
Yes, and in fact, my husband used to talk about when he was working in the city, he used to, or when he was going to school, he used to always have a knish on the street. So I brought him knishes home from there, all kinds of nashereite.
There aren't knishes on the street anymore.
No, they don't.
No, they don't have knishes on the street.
Because they'll get killed on the street.
Now
excuse me, it's very sad what's happening that you can't really feel comfortable going in to the city. Do you go in a lot?
I haven't been back since COVID, to be honest with you. I haven't had a need to because I'm not working in the city anymore. I used to go in every day. But since I love it here, by the way. Absolutely love it here. And I love the village, and I love the whole area. I feel like I've lived here my whole life.
You see why everybody loves her? She just blends into everything. Everything is happy. Everything is wonderful. That's why we all love you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You
That's
are.
so
You're
nice.
just a
Thank you.
good-hearted person.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
But don't get a swelled head. Just stay how you are.
I am. I am.
Yes,
I
I
am.
know
Trust
you
me, I
are.
am. I am.
Well, what else are you doing in the village besides the Players Club?
I do
Anything?
bocce.
Okay.
We go to all the dances. All the dances that are here we go to.
Okay.
So I love that. And I started using the gym, but I got lazy and I bought a treadmill and it's under my bed. So I'm getting lazy of pulling it out every day now also. So I have to figure that one out. What else do? I read. Spend a lot of time on the computer doing research.
On what?
On almost anything. I'm into archaeology and mummies and all that fun stuff. So I look at that. Just anything, really anything. I hardly see my kids because they live on Long Island and they tell me I live far, but it's only 2 hours away. So we went back there last week and we drove back home the same day, so it's fine.
Yeah, well, kids aren't going to come. I mean, they're very busy all the time, you know.
Well,
They have other things to do. I mean, they'll come for something like potato latkes or
which I didn't make, so that's okay.
Well, I did make them, and I don't remember what happened, but I guess one of them were sick or something, so I put them in the freezer. And my son has a house in Brick on the water. So when everything was finished and we were well, I took him over there, and he had a wonderful time, my little baby boy, you know. I have two daughters and a son, so you know that my son is my son. My daughters, listen to this, I want you to know that. No, I love them all. They're all good. And do you have grandchildren?
I have 3 grandchildren, and we're going to be great-grandparents in 2 months.
Oh.
My granddaughter's expecting, so I'm so excited. Every time I see a baby on TV, I go, oh, I need a baby now. I'm so excited
You'll
about
have
this.
one, yes, you will.
But she lives in Cedarhurst. She lives 2 hours away, but we'll still get to see it.
Of course we
It's
will.
because we're not allowed to know what it is. They won't tell us, which is fine.
I think they had a coming out party.
They don't do coming out parties.
I think that's what they did. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
not doing
remember.
it. No, the coming out party is something else. This is isn't this like a reveal?
Yes.
A reveal.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what is that? I mean, they had one of those. I don't know.
Well, they have a cake that opens up, it's blue or pink, or they'll have a balloon that's blue or pink. Tell what the baby's going to be.
Well, I know all the time our babies are boys.
Well, you just said you had 2 daughters.
No, I have the girls, but my grandchildren, I have 1 granddaughter and 8 grandsons. And it doesn't look like I'm getting any girls anymore. So, but I love the boys. They're easier than girls.
Can't tell you, I had 2 girls.
Were they problems?
The big one was, yes, but then I did everything she used to do.
Of course she
So
was
then
your
she would
daughter.
always go to me, how do you know what I'm doing? Because I did the same thing you did. What do you think, you're unique? You're not unique.
That's right.
We all did that
Do you
stuff.
have any other pictures you would like
Sure.
to show us of things that you did?
Sure. This was funny. This was me. An agent hired me to do. Somebody was turning 50, and I came in as a bag lady with the shopping cart and all kinds of stuff. If you could see on this corner on the line is a big pair of underwear. So I would hang up a clothesline and take things out from the shopping cart and do all kinds of stuff. That was a lot of fun.
Now, where did you do these things?
Wherever I got hired to do.
Okay.
So, you know what? The theater, the producers don't make a lot of money. And with this stuff, I made a lot of money. So,
All right, so you did-
I evolved into, oh, here's the Wizard of Oz that I was talking about, the Chinatown. Yeah, I was thinner then and younger. But
And what was your
China
husband
Club.
doing all this time that you were running around? He still says you're always running around.
He was a house painter.
No, I mean, what did he do besides making stained glass?
He
Now-
didn't do anything. He was working and he would come home. I worked 7 days a week. This profession is a 7-day-a-week profession.
Well, yeah, I would
So
think.
I was hardly ever home.
So you, in other words, you had a client that would call you, they wanted to do a party and give you a theme, and you could put it
And
together?
I put it together. I had major clients. We're talking about the Hamptons. We're talking about lots of money with
Now,
budgets.
but how did you get these? I mean, you had,
They heard reputation follows.
Okay.
Reputation follows, or they were a guest in an event. So that's really what happened. I also was offered a job in Murder by the Mob. Did you ever hear of Murder by the Mob? It's also an interactive dinner theater.
Okay.
It's in the Broadway district, but it was in a restaurant because they would serve a meal also along with it. But I turned it down because they were only offering, no offense to anybody, they were only offering $100 for the show, and I said, no, I don't think so. $100 ain't gonna fly for me.
The theater group that we used to work with at the Grange Theater, the one who ran it, who still does actually, she has murder mysteries all over.
Right.
She does. And I think she did a lot on Zoom since everything was with COVID, but she didn't make much money.
No, it's not much money, but I made more money doing my own thing, spending my own time, and it was much more worth it than doing the theater stuff, which I did, but this was a big event. This was a huge event. This was a Mardi Gras thing. That's my assistant. So I came as a gypsy, tarot card reader, but this can give you an idea of some of the kind of stuff that we've done. And putting together, we had close to $1 million budget for this job. The gentleman, I don't even want to name companies, he owns a big company in the city. And every year he would hire us to do a party for him. And we had like a carte blanche. And it was, those are the best jobs. When they tell you, spend whatever you want, it's okay, do whatever
So what do you
need.
do normally? Do you have any normal things you do, like make matzo balls or anything like that?
Not really. Not really. I did make shakshuka last week. Some Israeli dishes.
Well, I told everybody you were a very interesting person.
Oh.
Now, what are you going to perform at all for the village at any point?
Probably. I'd like to do some things during the meetings. As far as the performance goes for the next show, I'm not telling you what it's going to be.
No, don't tell me.
I don't know if I'll be in it, but I'd like to be able to direct it and get it together because it needs a lot, and I need a lot of people. There's 30 people in this cast, and you don't have to remember lines. So
I'm there.
So please join us. It's going to be tons of fun.
If you don't
This is
remember
great.
lines.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to tell us about you?
No, I just love it. I just love it here. It changed my whole life. It relaxes me. It's quiet. It's peaceful. The people are friendly. It's
But
just
you're a
nice
good
place.
person, so people are attracted to you, and they want to be with you.
Well, that's so nice of you to say.
Well,
Thank
I'm
you.
lying. No, it's the truth. Everybody wants to
That's it. I'm not talking to you anymore. Goodbye.
Everybody wants to be with people that are warm and loving and kind. They don't want to be with complainers and people, troublemakers. I don't want to be with negative people.
No.
No,
You need
I mean,
positivity in your life.
If I have something in my life that's not good, I stay home. I don't bring it to other people.
Oh, you know what else I started here? How stupid of me to forget the karaoke group.
Oh, the karaoke.
I'm doing the karaoke group.
Are you doing it?
I'm doing it with Furley.
Okay.
She's wonderful. She's an inspiration in life to begin with.
Yes, she is.
And we're doing it every second Wednesday of the month at Leisure Fair.
I see you on.
But next month, February, we're doing it the first Wednesday because there's a personal issue on the second Wednesday, so we're doing the first Wednesday.
I see you on Facebook.
Yes.
I see you got a pretty big crowd.
We had a huge crowd. I didn't expect it. We had almost 50 people there. We had to take out more tables
Well, you
that
know,
night. It was
everybody wants to
wonderful.
be a star.
Yeah, you know what? You don't need to sing. You don't need to know
No.
how to sing. You can just clap your hands. I can't sing. I was never a singer. I'm more acted into comedy than anything else. So
That's me. I'm the comedy. Well, that's it, I guess. If you have nothing else to tell us.
how long do you have? You can keep going.
Well, we could go longer if you want to go, but I want you to keep some of it because maybe we'll do a follow-up show. Maybe we'll do, I'd like to do a show with an audience and have
Audience participation is great. I love working off of the people in an audience.
Yes, and I think that would be great. I've talked to Mike about that. I think Out of the Hat is one of the shows we're doing. I hope we're going to try to have an audience. If the COVID leaves us alone, you know, we'll keep going.
I think COVID is just here forever, and we just have to get used to it.
Well,
But that's my opinion. What am I? I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Well, I had it, and I had it twice, actually. My husband never got it. I don't know. He's like a miracle man, my husband. He doesn't catch anything. And it's very debilitating. I mean, I wasn't sick, but I really felt lousy.
I'm sure.
So I'm hoping maybe the sunshine will come soon and it'll get rid of it.
Let the sunshine.
So, yes, let the sun and blah, 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 and all that. Okay, everybody, I guess we've talked enough to Robin, and we'll have you back for other things.
Okay.
I got things in my head. And so I want to tell everybody, this is Janice Saylor, KLVW-TV. Have a wonderful day. Happy New Year. Mwah.